Yes, hello everybody, this is Ray from Race United and I'm back again. And if you remember last video, I really spoke a lot about trying to elaborate on the 100 billion maximum supply of pies. And a lot of people were still thinking, 100 billion, that's a lot. I think I've explained that. But I'm going to go into detail this time around. You're going to understand all the other remaining allocations. And then, of course, after that, judge for yourself. Don't let people tell you what you need to do as a pioneer. You need to start doing your own research and understand. If you can't understand, come to me. You know me. I do my explanations during my live streams and all of that. All right? And then, of course, once we do all of that, you know what to do. Before that, you smash that like button, smash the subscriber button, and then, of course, the notification. I don't leave the notification stone unturned. Do that as well. And then, of course, you can join my other paying sources to help the channel grow. Do you know what I mean? We want to get to the stratosphere just like Pi is. Follow Pi's footsteps in a certain trend. You get what I'm saying? Pi increases by 1 million, I increase by 100,000. How would that be? Anyway, I will be right back. So yes, I'm back. This is Ray from Race United. Anyway, last time round, the last video, there's part one of this. What did I say? What did I do? Well, I spoke a lot and I spoke about two main things. I spoke about other things as well. I spoke about the allocation, but I left two out. Two of the allocations, I left them out. So I said I was going to talk about it in the part two, just to make it a bit more interesting, because that's what a lot of the individualistic people are looking forward to. So, hey, this is for the individualistic people. The first one was for the charitable, more inclusive people. And then, of course, maybe for some of the individualistic people who want to convert. If they want to convert or defect, they can watch the part one as well. If they want to be very selfish like they always are, they can watch this one, you know. Anyway, so I spoke about all of that. I spoke about, what did I speak about? Let me go back. I spoke about the, let me see. I got my notes here. Yes, you know, I'm not editing. I'm not really cutting things off. I want it to be real. Do you know what I mean? Like a lecture. So what I spoke about, obviously, I did speak about the 65% that is allocated to us. And, you know, the 65% that is allocated to us is so important, out of which, that is what I'm going to talk about today. That's 65%, which is 65 billion pies. And we're not even on 30 billion yet. And yet people were crying last time round when Enclosed Network was launched. Don't worry, I'm going to explain all of that to you. And then, of course, the 5% liquidity pool, which I spoke about, and the 10% foundation reserve allocation, which was also something I spoke about. So I'm not going to go into detail. If you want to watch it, go to the part one and watch stuff about it. Today, I'm going to talk in detail about, what am I going to talk about really in detail? I'm going to talk about, obviously, the reasons why the 100 billion max supply was, you know, done. The reasons why that was done, of course. I'll also talk about the pre-mainnet and mainnet mining rewards, of course. And then I'll give you the what it means for the future of mining. You get what I'm saying? So you're going to know all of this, all of these, when I come back in the next few seconds. I will be right back. Yeah, so I'm back. This is Ray from Race United. So, there are reasons why this 100 billion maximum supply cap was actually decided upon. There's a reason, and there are many reasons. You know, I'll give you probably one or two, and that will make you understand why the Pi core team did that or are doing that. I don't want anybody's alarm bells to be ringing in a negative way. It has to be in a positive way, because you'll understand that what they're trying to do is achievable, but it will take time, especially when it comes to the 100 billion cap that we're supposed to reach. And with the halving happening very, very soon, I would say that is a long-term project that is going to be very, very successful. So a lot of you would have to understand that this is going to take time, which means that it's a long-term project. Why are some people rushing, asking about the price of pi? Forget about the price of pi for now and think about how to build this. When you're building a house, you don't want to go and live in when you've not even got a foundation sorted out yet. You want to wait, foundation is sorted, you have a roof in, and then maybe you plaster it a bit, put some furniture in there, and then say, okay, I'm moving in. That's how this is. We are building something that has got the foundation still, there. It's not completely strong yet. It's still getting stronger and stronger and stronger. How do you want to go and live in? You can't live in it yet. So let's all build the foundation, make it stronger as a team, not as individuals. Remember that, not as individuals. All right, so let me read this excerpt here. So what they said was, given the current network, now this is so important. They said, given the current network size of over 30 million pioneers and the expected volume of transactions and activities in future, the mainnet supply model has a clear maximum total supply of 100 billion pi, allowing incentivization of continued growth and new contributions while removing the concerns about the unpredictability of the supply. You see, this is so important. You know why I'm saying that? Right now, people, if we have a cap to say we have 10 billion supply and that's it, like Bitcoin has, if it gets to a point when, and that's control, you get what I'm saying? You don't want that. If you say you're decentralizing it, then people can keep mining, which means they're contributing to the ecosystem, to the economy, and by doing that, obviously you have to halve it, which means it becomes a bit scarce to mine. So it means you need to actually contribute to the economy and the ecosystem to gain much more pies per hour and so on and so forth. So the incentives are there for us. You get me? So that actually perpetuates the growth. And when it does that, you're not going to be there found wanting because you understand, that this economy has got something on my side. You get what I'm saying? This is so important. So when I read that, I was like, yeah, this makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Reasons why that we're looking at a cap or a maximum of 100 billion. They might even go beyond it if they realize we might need a few liquidity and so on and so forth. So listen, this is a good thing. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. So I don't want anybody to panic when it's not 100 billion. We're not there yet. We're driving towards it. You understand? I'll keep preaching this. We're driving towards it, but we're not there. We've not even mined 30 billion yet. All right? I will be right back. All right, so I'm back. Now a recap before I go on. What did I tell you earlier in the first part of this video? The first part one, the previous video. I said 100 billion, 80%, which is 80 billion goes to the Pi community, 20 billion goes to the core team. However, we've not even mined 30 billion yet. So let's say, for argument's sake, we do have 30 billion. 6 billion is going to go to the core team. 24 billion is going to go to us. Again, if 24 billion goes to us and counting through our mining, continual mining, what's going to happen is that 24 billion that's been mined, not all of it is going to go into mainnet. I mean, real mainnet. Not all of it's also going to go into the exchange because there's so many things that's going to happen. First and foremost, there's going to be lockup. Secondly, there's going to be death. People might die and people might not have access to their account. So those pi will be distributed or redistributed amongst, not redistributed amongst us. We have to mine them. So we go back into storage and then we would have to start mining it. You get what I'm saying? The third part, obviously, is the fact that we have to ensure that we understand what's happening. You get what I'm saying? So people shouldn't just come around and say, well, what is he on about? What is he on about? Yes, I just had a mind block, so let's continue. I can't really say the other point. It doesn't matter. So yes, we have 65 billion. Now, out of that 65 billion, we definitely are going to have, we have 20 billion, which is already being mined, 20 billion, and which we call the pre-mainnet rewards. You understand? Now, pre-mainnet rewards, mostly, how were you rewarded? You were rewarded based on you being a pioneer with mining, and then, of course, the contribution, meaning you've invited people, and then your security circle. That's how you're rewarded, right? So what we've contributed throughout that mining period of about almost 3 years has been just about 20 billion. You get what I'm saying? So that is the pre-mainnet mining reward. The pre-mainnet mining reward. So again, I'll reiterate, it's not 100 billion. We've only mined about that. Now, out of that 20 billion, imagine we'll be rewarded something, right? We'll be rewarded something. Now, whatever will be rewarded, we don't know yet. Everything is arbitrary. It's temporary at the moment. When it's finalized, we will know. Especially when people, when we go into mainnet properly, that's when KYC rolls out. Or if it already has been rolled out, depending on when I release this video, then you know that is happening. So therefore, you know how much your transferable pie is, and then eventually your bonus pie based on your contribution to the channel by virtue of inviting people. Do you understand? So, and them getting KYC'd, of course. So in saying that 20 million is what we will be having. However, the core team gets about, if I'm not mistaken, they get about 4 million. So 16 million is what goes into our coffers. That 16 million, I'm breaking it down to you now. Those 16 million pies will probably reduce to about 10 million. That's on estimation, because of death, of course, because of people losing their accounts, because of people not being able to get KYC'd and all of that, and then fake accounts. So all of that will ensure that some accounts will be gone, and then some pies will be lost, not for good, but will go back, and then we'll be able to mine them. So it means that we may have around 10 to 12 billion pies. 10 to 12 billion pies. So if we have that, put your 2 and 2 together, you're going to understand what's going to happen. And then, of course, during mainnet, so the mainnet mining rewards will also be about 45 billion, which we haven't yet mined. So we've got a lot to go. We've got a long way to go. So I don't want people panicking, always thinking that 100 billion is what it is. We haven't got 100 billion pies anywhere yet. That's the target. That's the maximum target. You understand? And with halving coming, it's going to take a longer time. That's why we need a bit more incentives and rewards so we can actually slowly mine towards the 100 billion. It will take years to get there. Trust me. It will take years. So again, let me recap. 20 billion, which is the pre-mainnet mining rewards that we've already mined. You get what I'm trying to say? Of which 4 billion goes to the core team. Remember, you are mining on their mining fields. Remember that. So if you mine, you get rewarded for mining. And then we get given 16 billion. You understand? And then that 16 billion, obviously, will be there. We'll gain what we have to gain. You get what I'm saying? 45 billion have not yet. That's the target. They've not yet been mined yet. We're still getting there. You get what I'm saying? So please, don't get it all twisted. Don't get it all misconstrued. Make sure you understand. Read the white paper, the newly revised white paper, the beginning bit of it, and you'll understand everything. And don't let people tell you all sorts of false stories. Please, I'm begging you. Don't let anybody tell you that. Get your facts right. I will be right back. And so I'm back. This is Ray from Race United. Don't forget, smash that like button. Anyway, let's continue. So what does it mean for the future of pie mining? What does it actually mean based on everything I've explained to you? Well, what it means is Pi has got a brighter future. Pi has got something bigger about to happen. We've even got a longer, look at how long it's taken us to mine 20 billion pies with a higher mining rate. Imagine how long it's going to take us to mine 45 billion plus other pies. And when you say 45 billion, it's another another day to explain that 45 billion and what it means. But what right now the future means for pie mining, I'm telling you, it's extremely bright, because we're going to have a lower mining rate. More people are going to join, but very low mining rate, which means that we would have to work harder to earn our pie. You get what I'm saying? Selfishness will not survive this. If you're selfish and you're thinking about yourself, you will not survive this. Especially when we're in mainnet. If you're selfish, you're thinking about yourself, trying not to be in the ecosystem, just be yourself in some corner, it's not going to work. You only have what you have. And trust me, you can't be satisfied and content with what you have. You need to work harder and further to get more. That's why Elon Musk is where he is, and that's why somebody on the street is where they are. You get what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but I have to state the facts. If you want to get to where somebody is, the higher altitudes, you need to work hard to get there. Have you seen people trying to climb Mount Everest? Do you know how treacherous that journey is? Do you know people face death? And I mean ultimate death. Some people face it. They don't even get to the peaks of Everest, but they still try. This is our Mount Everest. You understand what I'm saying? We need to climb it. You know, slow pacers and people that give in so easily are not meant to be here. You're supposed to be somebody that works hard. So the future is bright for Pi. I can tell you that. But you need to be hardworking and join the team. It's a teamwork. It's not an individualistic environment. I will be right back. So I'm back. In conclusion of this whole series that I did, a two-part series that I did, what I want to tell you is, this is what I'm going to say. I've been banging on this for a very long time, well, a few days now, since we realized that we're going to have a maximum of 100 billion supply of Pi. Again, I reiterate, a maximum supply of 100 billion Pis. We don't have 100 billion Pis. We're supposed to mine to get there. So please, people, don't misconstrue it. When we don't have 100 billion Pis anywhere. Do you understand? We don't have it. We're still mining. We're still mining. Mining will not stop. Mining will continue for the foreseeable future. Remember that. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise. When anybody releases a video saying 100 billion Pis, that's not good for Pi, tell them to go shove it in their asses because they don't understand what they're talking about. Do you understand? Pi is not 100 billion. I'll keep saying it. We only have around 20 billion. And even that, we may not be able to get up to 15 billion because 4 billion goes to the core team. Because if it's 20 billion, then, sorry, that's a 6 billion previously. No, 4 billion. Well, if it's 30 million, then 6 billion goes to them. If it's 20 million, 4 billion goes to them. And even every proportion we use is what they use. They go with the proportion. That's what it is. So whatever proportion goes into the, what's the name of it? The liquid pool reserve, that's the proportion they put there as well. If it's 25%, they put 25% there. You get what I'm saying? If we put 10% or whatever in the foundation reserve Pi allocation, they put the same proportion there. You know? And it's their mining field. Remember that it's not our mining field. We're just miners. This is their mining field. They built this. Hard work. You just come in, press that lightning bolt button for a few seconds and you clear off. And you want to say they're cheating you? Nah, they're giving you something that you never dreamt of. You get what I'm saying? So let's be one big happy family. I keep saying that. If you're an individualistic person, clear off my channel. You need to be a team player. Team player. But once I realize you're an individualistic person, I will clear you off. That's what I do. I'm serious. I clear people off very quickly. That's who I am. I'm not one of those people that entertains negativity. The moment I sense negativity from you, you're off. My channel is growing thanks to very selfless people. People that contribute to the channel. Not money, just not money. They contribute in other ways behind the scenes that you will never know. Trust me, it's not just about Pi, it's about everybody. You understand? Let's be one big happy family, and I mean that. I don't want anybody that's selfish on my channel. So if you know you are, clear yourself off before I find you out. The name is Ray. The channel is Ray's United. And the word is peace. Ha ha.